Hey guys, my name is Sherwin and yes, and today we're here to film a one-off car, a very unique build, that's for sure. But before we talk more in detail about the actual car itself, let's talk about where we are. So we're currently at Retro Performance in Piliyandala.
Yes, so they do bodywork, accident repairs, restorations, and if you have an oopsie,
Yes,
you can come here
and talk to Hastika. Yeah, and tell Hastika that that SOC sent you.
or whoever, whoever you are.
And he'll definitely give you a good discount, maybe even the bill for free.
Yes. He's not happy about it. It's not free.
It's not free.
It'll be fine. It'll be a quick job, a good job, a quality work.
Quality work, and that we guarantee.
Yes,
for sure. Now let's actually talk about the car.
Before we do, this car was painted here at Retro as well.
Yes.
Which is a one-off color again, a one-off car, a one-off color.
It's not every day that you see a good Laurel, a C34 Laurel like this in the country. So without any further delay, let's dive deeper into the car.
So today we are taking a nostalgic trip back to 1994 to talk about the 7th generation of the Nissan Laurel, which is the C34.
Yes, and this is exactly what we have got you. And it's not your ordinary Nissan Laurel C34.
Yeah.
If you all stick around till the end of the video, you all can
Or the middle of the video.
Middle of the video.
Before that, the Laurel goes back to 1968, where the first generation of the Laurel was launched. It's a huge production run.
Yes, exactly.
So till the 90s, maybe even the early 2000s, it came the C35. So this is the C34 from 1994.
Exactly. And now the Laurel was basically a luxury sedan from Nissan. And it was, I wouldn't say a direct competitor, but it was a direct hit towards towards Toyota's JZs, the Chasers.
Not exactly this Laurel didn't exactly come with an RB26 or a turbo engine.
Hey, you gave the engine away, man.
No, didn't come with the RB26 and all that. Because you mentioned that it is a direct competitor to the JZ.
Yes.
Even though it's not a direct competitor.
But it was also a luxury sedan from Nissan itself.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean you could say that it was a direct hit towards Toyota as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Engine or no, despite the engine.
Luxury-wise.
Yeah, luxury-wise.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
A direct hit.
Pretty much. So now let's actually get into the good stuff of the car. The stuff that actually makes this car a one-off build, because we don't lie to you guys. So when we say that it's a one-off build, this is a one-off build in Sri Lanka.
Definitely a one of one.
Exactly, and the paint is also another good thing that we'll talk about in detail as we progress. So yeah,
Let's get into the
engine bay of the car.
The C34 Laurels came with the RB20D or RB20DE
stock from factory. So inline 6 2-liter cars, pretty much. But now this car is, if you can see from over there, it's not your ordinary
RB.
It's not your ordinary RB, and it's definitely not stock in any means or form.
Yeah.
But before we talk about the RB26 in this car, let's talk about how we got here. How this particular Laurel got the RB26. So now, if we take it back to 2017, when
way before,
when Aravind Iyer actually got the car, or way before, this came stock with the RB20E. Yes.
So single head EFI
car. And
single
then so since Aravind Iyer wanted to do a manual transmission, because these came with auto, 4-speed autos, as they normally did in from factory, and since he wanted to do a manual conversion, he also swapped out the engine, if I'm not wrong, right? Exactly. So, and once he swapped the engine out, he put it to he had a RB25DET single turbo, and it was not your usual Garrett turbos. It was not a GC. It was some.
It was a retro turbo.
A retro old turbo, pretty much. So Oshan, why don't you take it away from there and tell them the rest of the history?
So, after that, he needed maybe more power.
He wanted to stand out from the crowd, you could say.
So in 2019, he decided to get an RB26.
But before that, the RB25 was sold. After he put the RB20 with the turbo, it had too much power, and it melted the pistons, and the entire engine bore was gone, and it was basically unusable. It could be fixed, but it was too expensive to be fixed. And it seemed kind of pointless, to be honest, and that's what he said. So later, then after that whole shebang, he later sold the RB25 and got the legendary RB26,
which is in here right now.
And it still has the same turbo setup from the RB20E, which he put, and it's still running the same turbo setup. but it just has the legendary RB26. So pretty much you could say it's a GTR in sheep's clothing, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Except it's just rear-wheel drive.
It's rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive, obviously. And what else?
So there are few mods done. A lot of mods. Actually.
There are a lot.
of things.
Why don't we name like a few that stand out? And just we're obviously looking at this because there's too much to remember.
It's a lot to remember. Now, starting off with, it has a stroker kit. It's stroked to 2.7.
2.6 stock, but it has been stroked to 2.7.
Yeah. So have to mention that. Now it has a 3-inch downpipe.
Yes.
AEM fuel pump for more fuel, more power.
Sure. You totally knew what you were saying there. So,
okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on, my phone turned off. Okay. And this is very special. Audi R8 ignition coils.
So 6 ignition coils from an Audi R8 itself. And the coil pack is obviously to supply more voltage and obviously help with better performance and all that goodie.
And we have a aluminium radiator DND.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Custom 3-puck clutch kit.
So this has a very has a heavy duty clutch to obviously help with kicking the power down and keeping
correct.
Yeah.
Now it has a standalone ECU with 3 maps actually.
3 maps.
One running on 1.3 bar boost, the other one 1 bar boost, and another one for
pops and bags. And note, hold on. So now this is all running on just 95 Sri Lankan 95 octane. Okay, there is no methanol, there is no octane booster, nothing. It's purely on 95 Sri Lankan petrol. So it's and how many horsepower are we talking? 305?
Yeah, 354 to the wheel.
354 to the wheel.
That's how much power you're getting.
Exactly. Running on just standard 95 Sri Lankan petrol, nothing special.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's on 1.3 bar boost.
Exactly.
And the other one, 1 bar boost, you can get 306 to the wheel. And the other one, of course,
it's basically for car meets and whatnot. And this car is well known for doing donuts and burnouts at car meets, anti-lag and all that good stuff. But also, Oshan, I can see here behind this there's also an external wastegate, right? There's also an external wastegate on the hood to divert the exhaust gases.
An exhaust, it's not.
It's an external wastegate. And you have your typical turbo setup, cone filters.
And there are a bunch of other stuff done to it. We will mention.
On the screen right now, so you all can pause the video and you all can take a look at all the additional stuff that he has put onto the engine itself by pausing the video and taking a read, obviously. So pause right now.
Now, with that being said, let's dive into all the other mods that this car has: the suspension, the rear, and everything.
There's a lot more to this car than just the engine. It has taken a lot of hard work, time, blood, sweat, and tears to get the car to where it is today, and the car is reliable. And I also mentioned that he drove to Jaffna very recently, right?
Yeah, very recently.
And the car did just fine.
Yeah, and it did 11 kilometers per liter.
Pretty much. That is really good for a car running on this much power and with all these extra additional goodies that you don't normally see on a normal stock Laurel. So with that being said, let's dive into the suspension, the wheels, and the actual paint color, because you guys gotta see how good this paint looks, and obviously it was done at Retro Performance. So
yeah,
let's go look at it right now. Okay, now the side profile. This car sits on some very girthy tires. 245s in the rear and 235s in the front. 9 JJ all around.
9.5.
9.5 JJ all around. And the rims are from what, Toshan, exactly?
He's from a S14 Pookie.
Exactly. So pretty rare, pretty cool rims, and they complement the exterior color so freaking well. I absolutely love them.
Absolutely. And speaking of Silvia, it has S15 Silvia 4-pot brakes.
4-pot brakes. Brembo pads all around.
Correct. Yeah. And on D2 adjustables as well. Exactly.
So the ride is not very comfortable, but it's sort of stiff.
Stock Laurel is.
Stock Laurel is very comfortable, but this is not the most comfortable car that you could sit in.
Yeah.
But hey, we don't care about comfort, to be honest, right?
Yeah. It's built for racing.
Because race car, man.
Absolutely. And also it has a R200 viscous
LSD, yes.
To put that power down. And also a prop shaft from a Skyline GTR.
R34.
Yeah.
Your voice is cracked there, man. That's all. GTR, man. Fair enough. So yeah, fitment is beautiful and the tires are girthy, like I mentioned before. That's
paint color again.
Paint color. Now this is a very custom color. And it was obviously done at Retro Performance, like we mentioned multiple times before, and they have done an absolutely beautiful job on this car.
So the paint color has 4 colors going on. It has purple, it has dark green, green, black, and wine red.
Yes. So it's a very odd mixture of colors, but damn, the end result is beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
without talking too much, we'll dive into the interior of the car and show the goodies there.
Okay, so I'm sat inside of this Laurel C34, and what stood out the most for me was not the hydraulic handbrake, the actual cluster. It still has the automatic prindle, like the PRNDL, that is still in the car. So now that that's been said and done, the interior is pretty much stock. Like it's your basic Laurel, your everyday Laurel. But what's different and what's been added onto it is pretty much these grady oil temp gauges and some other work gauges as well, to make sure that your car doesn't overheat and it's performing the way it's supposed to perform. And what else? It also has a Momo 3-spoke steering wheel. Nice leather touch to it, and a deep dish as well. And you have your basic necessities like power shutters, power mirrors, and all that good stuff. Another thing, the clutch pedal is so tiny. It's oddly tiny. It's weird. And seats, bucket seats, obviously by SCUS, SCUS. So you would say. What else? So now, cause race car, this has like your race car switchers and all that good stuff. And like I spoke about in the beginning, it has a hydraulic handbrake, rear-wheel drive car. So you could definitely have some fun in it, like a lot of fun actually. Donuts, burnouts, and all that good stuff. As for the center console, pretty standard 90s center console from Nissan, to be honest with you. It has a cool analog clock as well, and also frameless doors. Very cool. So that's something you don't see every day in like 90s Japanese cars, obviously. So yeah, so definitely a fun car drive, and yeah, super cool being sat in this one-off build in Sri Lanka. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior. Okay, so now that's a wrap. We also filmed another one-off car for you guys. Yeah. A special one once again, as SOC normally does, because SOC on top. Sometimes. So jokes aside, we would love to give a huge thanks to Aravinda Ayya for taking time off his day so that he could lend us the car to film. And another special thanks to
Astika Ayya for giving us
his
the location,
giving us his garage so that he could film, his workshop to film. And and as usual, special thanks to everyone who helped out in making this video a great success, as always.
Now subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Streets of Ceylon.
Yeah, stay tuned for some beautiful pictures by our photographer Shian. Links all in description. So yeah, that's once again another wrap, and we'll see you guys in 2 or 3 months.
Hopefully not.
They're trying to be more consistent like we were 1 year ago, but yeah, let's try. Let's see what we can do. And if you guys want to see us film any specific car, just drop it down in the comment section below, and we'll try to get our hands on it.
Yeah,
right.
With the owner's contact.
With the owner's consent and contact, obviously.
Yeah.
So with that being said, once again, Streets of Ceylon signing out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.